Okay, so we're same people and welcome back to your favorite YouTube channel. So today guys, we've got Market Behavior 101. Now this was a quite heavily requested video, so I thought I'll get right to it and create the video for you guys. So today we'll be going for market behavior. Obviously, we're going through the three important aspects of market behavior, which kind of gives us our view of the market. We've got some key patterns to go over, some key concepts as well of quality and quantity. And we do have some examples on the real life markets with USDCHF, USDCAD and PoundCAD as well. So make sure you stay to the end of the video to get understanding of the full concept. But market behavior for me, for my analysis anyway, some people's strategies might talk about something else, but for me, impulsive moves, corrective moves, and highs and lows are the three main things that make up market behavior. These are the three things I'm looking at to define the behavior of a certain market. I'm looking for impulsive moves. Which way is the impulsive moves heading? Is it up or down? And by impulsive moves, I just mean, a lot of momentum, big candles, not a lot of wicks, moving very, very quickly. Corrective moves are very, very slow. We'll show some examples on the real life markets, but it's just very, very slow. It's fluctuating a lot, almost consolidation, normally represented by descending and ascending channels. And we've got the highs and lows. So is the market making lower lows and lower highs, or is it making higher highs and higher lows? And is these lows getting taken out, or are they being respected? These are the key things we're looking for. If the market's making higher lows, is it continuing to be being respected, or is the market starting to break through structure? These are important things I'm looking at when I'm looking at market behavior. So those are the three things that I'm looking at the charts every single time. Now some simple patterns, but very, very powerful patterns, which happen in the market from all time frames, minute to monthly. We see it everywhere. Now, this is where we're taking into account the impulsive behavior, impulsive moves, and corrective moves, and kind of building into one. So the first pattern up here, we've got a strong impulsive moves. So when I have just a line represented, I normally mean impulsive behavior. This kind of zigzaggy move is corrective behavior, and then we've got another impulsive move. So typically when you see an impulsive move in the market, you want to see a correction. So typically this is what you see, which is your bear flag, bull flag patterns. Really nice impulse move to the downside, you get the correction to the upside, give you the bear flag, then you expect another impulse to the downside. That's textbook how structure moves. However, if you get an impulsive move and the market's moving correctively after the impulsive move in the same direction, so as you can see with the bear flag, we impulsively moved up to the upside, giving us that counter trend move there. However, this time we're actually moving down. So when the market does this, normally we expect the reversal to the upside. And if the corrective behavior is quite big, quite thick, we expect to see another impulsive move to the upside going in the other direction. So this typically 60-70% of the time is normally what happens if you see an impulsive move down and then you see corrective move in the same direction. Normally we do expect to see an impulsive move back in the opposite side, and we've got an example on USDCAD and USDCHF, which is starting to come into fruition, which I'll go over in a second. But this is typically what we see. Reason being, the impulsive behavior, we were showing a lot of momentum, now that has suddenly died out. We're still pushing down, but we don't have enough momentum to keep going. So normally you expect the market to move up. However, with this impulsive behavior and correctly moving to the upside, the buyers are trying to push price higher, they're failing to do so. Sellers come back in again and continue the trend. So these are two very common patterns you want to be aware in the markets. And obviously this pattern here is we've got an impulsive move down, then we've got corrective move to the downside, and then a corrective move back up. This is just chaotic price action, messy price action. Best thing to do is stay away, because here we don't have clear direction. Like I said, I'm looking for impulsive moves in the market. That normally is where the market's heading. And also I'm looking for the corrective moves and the highs and lows. Here we're getting highs and lows taken out everywhere. We're getting corrective moves everywhere, down and up, and there's not really much momentum in the market. So these type of structures I stay away from. It's technically not consolidating because you've got structure down and structure up, but it's not really showing much momentum. It's not really showing good behavior. So I just leave those type of patterns alone and focus on these and these patterns up there, number 1 and 2. And which brings me on to my third section, quality over quantity. Now, trading is very, very important when you're thinking about the numbers. We want to be taking our trades, applying our edge to the market, and slowly, taking profit out of the market, gains by day, by week, by month, quarter, year. However, you don't want to be doing that all the time, because the more you trade, the worse your decision making will be, because you can only make so much good decisions in one day. And typically you want to save that decision making for the good trade, that good setup, that it looked very, very good, good market structure, good momentum, good confidence for your entry, good entry signal. You want to be waiting for these type of setups. So If you see something like this, sure, you might be able to find a trade somewhere, but is it the best trade? No. You know, it's trades that look like this with good confluence are typically the best trades. Again, I'm speaking from my strategy. I don't know other people's strategies, but these are the best trades that work very, very well with good win rate. This, you're going to start to struggle, and it's all about quality over quantity, and choosing not to trade these structures is important. It is a win, because normally you're going to lose these type of trades there, and it's always best to keep your money than lose it. So the key concept is focus on impulsive moves, corrective, higher lows, map them out, you know, label them in the chart if you need to, and just pick the best ones. You know, if something looks a little bit move it aside. You want to pick ones that are obvious, clear to you. So let's go into the real life markets and take a look at some examples on PoundCAD, USDCHF, and USDCAD. Okay guys, so welcome to the chart. So I've got USDCAD here on my screen, and like I said, I'm just going to talk you through some examples using the patterns, looking at impulsive behavior, looking at corrective behavior, and also highs and lows as well. So I'm just going to walk you through my thought process when I'm analyzing this market behavior. So with USDCAD, all I can see is just it's a very, very messy pair right now. The key highs up there, key lows, the market basically is ranging here. However, within this range, we can see there is bullish structure and bearish structure. But like I said to you guys, and we are seeing, you know, strong impulsive moves to the downside. Now we're seeing corrective moves back up. This is a good sign. We're expecting the market to continue south. However, we don't, and we actually correctively move back down again. So now we've got corrective moves into corrective moves. This is not good structure to trade. Sure, there might be some good trades in the lower time frames, but I'm talking exclusively about the time frame I'm analyzing right now, which is the 4H. This is not good structure to trade. You want good momentum with good break of structure, showing impulsive moves, showing corrective moves, then impulsive moves back again. Here we've got a really nice impulsive move back down, and then we've got corrective move and another corrective move. This is not good structure to trade. And if you look at it in a bit more detail, you can see we have this strong impulsive move. Then after that, we have this corrective behavior going down, which takes us back to the first pattern, which is the impulse down, correction in the same way. Normally expect to see it move back to the other side, which is what USDCAD looks like it's about to do right now with this big move here that we are seeing. So we've had this strong impulsive move, and now we're seeing the push to the upside. So USDCAD is actually a pair I'll be looking at next week, because now we've actually seen this impulsive move to the upside, breaking through this structure here as well, and also this high as well. Now I'm keen for pullbacks to ride that to the upside back to resistance. So again, taking advantage of the pattern, know that this is corrective behavior, so I don't really want to be getting involved here. But now I'm seeing that impulsive move. You can see the lows here were respected, market failed to break through the lows. I can see highs have been taken out, highs have been taken out there as well. This impulsive move, clear impulsive behavior there as well. Now I'm waiting for that correction and retest maybe this resistance to go long. So as you can see there, I've looked at the highs and lows, I've looked at the impulsive moves and the corrective moves as well. I know the corrective move is here to the downside, so typically I want to be looking for buys. Now I've just seen the impulsive breakout to the upside, cleaning out these highs and lows. So I know where the impulsive move is going up, which is momentum I want to follow. And I can obviously see support is being respected, what resistance is being broken through. So that gives me more confidence in that market behavior sort of aspect, that I know that, okay, from this market behavior, I can see lows are being respected, support being respected, resistance being broken out, new highs, impulse moves to the upside, and we've obviously seen a corrective move back down. So this tells me, due to the market behavior here, that we're getting good probability that the market will go higher. Now I can apply my confidence to the markets for resistance, trend lines, moving averages, Fibonacci, to understand where I want to enter the market. So hopefully that does make sense. I do have another example on USDCHF we'll go to now. So yeah, with USDCHF, as you can see, we've had a really nice impulse move to the downside. I remember when this happened, a huge move to the downside. And simply what I was looking for after this strong impulsive move, as you can see, this strong impulsive move has broken through a lot of lows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lows here broken through. So that is a massive tick. When you see impulsive moves not only just give good momentum, but break through a lot of structure and break through a lot of key highs and lows, that also adds the probability of more price action in that direction. So for this, in this case scenario, we'll be expecting a pullback and more downside. However, since the big impulsive move, the market's been very corrective. So this takes us again to that first pattern where we're just seeing impulsive move, very corrective move. So naturally, we're going to be expecting the market to eventually break to the upside. And it's been a while but it looks like potentially USDCHF could be looking at breaking to the upside now. We're finally broken out of this trend line, and we're starting to break through some structure here as well. As you can see, this resistance here. So it's still a little bit early doors to signify that, okay, we are breaking through, because this is still our major lower high in the market. But I can already see some evidence that the market is starting to break higher. You can see we are breaking through key resistance here, as you can see, and also the market's forming some higher lows here as well. So I can see support is now being respected, and also resistance being broken through, the trend line as well being breaking through. We're starting to see impulsive behavior to the upside now, breaking through some structure. So now I can see, just by looking at the behavior, that USDCHF potentially has a higher chance of now going bullish than it is to keep moving bearish in this corrective manner. So now if I can see a continuation of this move, break through some key structure, again, I'll be more than happy to take those buys on the pullback, look for my confluence, and enter those long trades. So again, that's notifying the market behavior is what makes the setup a good setup. If I'm just looking for any impulsive move, say for example, I see this impulsive move here, I'm looking for a correction to buy it. What's the probability of this impulsive move playing out? It's very, very low. Look where you're trading in. You're trading on the range with corrective behavior, no key structure being broken, consistent lower highs. This is a very, very low probability setup of playing out. But me waiting for an impulsive move, breaking through these highs, a pullback, waiting for some confidence and then buying, I'm gonna have a much more success with those type of setups than this setup. And just choosing to trade those setups, the quality of the quantity, is what can make a huge difference in your trading, just by that decision making alone. And finally, on pound CAD as well. So pound CAD, we do have some really nice bearish structure going down here. This here was a very, very nice move. I did not catch this move, but looking back at the price action, it was a very, very nice trade. You can see we're getting consistent lower highs, 1, 2, and 3. You can see this impulsive behavior here broke through this low and this low. So now all these higher lows, you can see, well, eventually they did get violated, but the higher lows are no longer holding. So again, looking back at the three aspects we're looking at: impulsive moves, corrective moves, and highs and lows. We can see that number one, the impulsive move is to the downside. We want to be following momentum. Number two, we're getting corrective price action up, as we can see. And number three, we're breaking through lows and lower highs are holding. Support's fading, resistance is holding. So now we've got all these three key aspects of the market behavior lining up for downside. Now we can be looking for our confluence to enter these trades. So let me just move this out of the way. So you can see here, key support there on the left. We got a nice fib level coming through there as well. Maybe you might have another moving average coming through there as well, coming to the 50 in that support level. Drop to low time frames, wait for some type of entry signal. Nice bearish engulfing there. Stop loss above. You get yourself, a really nice trade there to the downside, depending on your risk reward and what you're looking for. But you guys get the point. It's a very, very good trade based on the market behavior. Then we can find our confidence to take the trade. So again, just utilizing what the market is doing and then taking the trades, which is why I always say quality over quantity. And then if you look at the market structure here as well, you can see we're actually forming some equal lows here. So although we're seeing some good momentum to the downside, really impulsive moves, this isn't the best structure to follow, because yes, we've got impulsive behavior. Yes, we've got corrective behavior as well. So that's, 2 ticks, impulsive behavior to the downside. We're seeing corrective move to the upside, so they're in sync, moving to the downside. We expect more downside from that. However, looking at the lows and highs, we're actually getting a lot of equal lows here, and it's not at any random area. It's actually in line with this support level here. So yes, we could get a pullback, another corrective move up again, and then we could look for maybe another lower high to short back down, maybe around here. But what's the probability of the market coming right back down and just snapping through to the upside? Because this type of pattern normally represents a breakout, either up or down. Are you really going to look to enter a trade there to come here? Probably not. The probability of that trade is quite low. And in fact, we might not even get a rejection. We could just break through anyway. So again, just factoring all those three concepts, using quality over quantity, is a really key aspect in your market behavior and just in your trading in general. So the probability of this trade playing out is much, much higher. Obviously in hindsight, we can see it has played out, but just analyzing the probability, this move here to the downside is much higher than looking for a pullback and shorting here, just because we've got all three aspects in our in the same direction. So hopefully this video has made sense, guys. Again, market behavior is a very broad topic, and there's a lot of information, a lot of details, not something that you could grasp overnight, but it's definitely something that if you understand the key concepts of this video, you know, impulse behavior, correct behavior, and understanding the highs and lows, apply that to your back testing, apply that to your trading, you know, open up a demo account or maybe a small live account and test it, and just get to grips with, you know, looking at those concepts to understand the behavior of the market, and obviously utilizing quality over quantity, and it will improve your understanding of technical analysis. Again, this is a bit more advanced. Again, if you're new to trading, you know, I do have videos on, you know, strategies and things you can learn, and then this is a bit more in detail, but again, a lot of you guys did request it, so I hope you have found it useful. Again, I could do another sequel to this because again, there's a lot of depth to this topic. But yeah, guys, I hope you have found it useful. If there's any other recommended, any other videos that you recommend that I create on the channel, you know, please let me know in the comments down below. If you are new to the channel as well, make sure you subscribe and hit the like button if you found it useful. And also, I almost forgot, also make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss out on any streams or any videos in the future. But thank you so much, guys, for watching the video. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you all next time.